Hi, I'm Bekopin, and you're watching Rappler. In media, we often talk to the biggest stars of Philippine entertainment, mostly to promote their work or their projects, including here in Rappler. But rarely do we talk about what happens behind the scenes, because behind the glitz and glamour of entertainment and the beautiful images we see on TV, the big screen, or on stage is a lot of hard work. In this special edition of Rappler Talk, you'll know why it's special in a bit. Special because we're talking to the board of directors of Aktor, the League of Filipino Actors. Please help me welcome Cherry by PICACHE, Isa CALZADO, AGOT Isidro habol siya mamaya, Jasmine Curtis Smith, DINGDONG Dantes, Ron CAPINDING, and MYLENE DIZON. Hi guys!
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hi,
Hi.
Bea.
Evening na ba? Evening
Hello.
na?
Hi,
Okay,
Bea. Thanks
let's
for having us.
thank you for
Thank you so much.
arranging this and thank you for coming on Rappler. Okay, let's cut to the chase now. What is Aktor all about? I'm sure a few of our viewers are kind of familiar, but maybe there are some who are hopping in and they're like, what is Aktor all about?
Chair.
Yes,
Sure.
Bea. So, we are a community of actors with a vision of, we want to champion and protect a community of empowered actors governed by professionalism, guided by humanitarian values, in solidarity with principled communities. So, yun yung aming vision statement. Um, pero, to put it simply, ito ang tinitignan naming tahanan na naming mga actors, yung working actors, especially sa mga panahon ngayon, kung kailan maraming mga suliranin, maraming challenges. But aside from those challenges, marami kami nakikita na pag-asa at hope dahil the fact that we are together says a lot about how much we want to help ourselves, and not just ourselves, but the industry as well. And not just the industry, but of course, going out of the industry, the nation, di ba, moving forward.
Okay, because when you first released a statement, my God, so many months ago, di ba? Yung initial reaction ko was, oh my, parang na-release ko nga, oo nga, parang there hasn't been in a long time a collective to represent Filipino actors. So the logical question is, why did it take so long? Or bakit ngayon pa lang siya lumabas ulit? Yung ganitong kind of, a collective movement nga by actors, for fellow actors as well.
Siguro I think it's always
Miss
been in the
Pai?
back of our minds before pa na matagal na naming naiisip na magkaroon
Miss Pai.
sana ng organization. Hi? Pai ba umay?
Hindi. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mar. I was just
Pwede
Kasi siya
naman.
member ng KAPP. Yung,
Okay, wait. It's always been in the back of the minds of everybody. All I think wala akong kilalang aktor na hindi nag-isip ng sana mayroong isang organisasyon that can represent naman us. Kasi hindi naman lagi na parang lagi na lang kaming salingkit sa mga usapin. 'Di ba? So itong nangyari itong pandemic, finally nagkaroon ng time. Nagka-post sa mga utak ng mga artista parang ito, anong gagawin natin? There's this pandemic and I don't think tayo yata yung huling industriya na magre-resume ng operations dahil sabi nga nila, ang entertainment hindi naman essential. So ngayon nagkaroon kami ng oras, nagkaroon ng usapin, kaya nabuo ang aming organisasyon. Pai?
And in addition to that, I don't know, Bea, if you're familiar with the Kapisanan na Artistang Pelikulang Pilipino. That's already an existing organization also of actors, but it's just sad or maybe unfortunate because for the longest time, it hasn't been so active and not much activities has been happening. Although there's a thread, there's a chat, there's a constant communication amongst the few actors, but yun nga, hindi sila visible. And so, tama si Mylene, to reiterate what she said nga, during the pandemic, sometime in May, nagkaroon ng mga usap-usapan, between fellow actors. I think sila Dong, Isa, and Agot, and then us, kami naman nila Agot. So, everybody's been wanting this solid representation for the actors. And so yun, doon nabuo yun. And ito na kami ngayon.
Siguro,
I also want to say
go
something.
ahead, sir.
While it's true no, that during the pandemic, it took this long, no, kailangan ng pandemic. This been long within the desire of the desire of every actor. But I think to say that dahil nagkaroon ng pandemic is also a disservice to those who actually founded this. I'd like to say, me, the most uncelebrity of them all, that it took a group of actors who had the guts, the grit, and those who decided to put their influence into selfless use para magawa rin ito. Kasi pwede nga nandun ang desire at may time na pandemic, pero nakakaduwag din eh. So I'd say na besides all the opportunity and this chance to come together, really also owe it to the few actors who started na merong tapang at meron ding lakas ng loob at merong inisip muna yung iba bago yung sarili para mangyari ito. So I think that's also part of it. It's not just the opportunity of the pandemic, which is also a very important opportunity. And nagkaroon lang suddenly ng actor na, sige, parang na, willpower, I think. We owe it to the willpower of some of our celebrated actors to have this started.
Thank you. Sir Ron, thank you. May I add on to that? Sorry, hindi ko narinig yung kay MYLENE. Muted ka kanina, nagsasahab ko. And then you lost me. But I don't know what the others have said while I was cut out briefly. But thank you, Sir Ron, for that. I think, na-mention to kanina ni Jenny, I think even before the pandemic, and of course, as you said earlier, this has been, I guess, the dream of most actors. Sa kaibuturan ng puso namin at sa isip namin, we've been wanting this. We've been wanting to come together. But parang it was a matter of how, who will start it, who will do this. And I think even before the pandemic, because of what happened to Mr. Eddie Garcia, it really brought a lot of things to the surface. And then the pandemic happened. And I think we realized how important it is for us to come together and really have a united and strong voice.
I guess another question that people might also be wondering is because, okay, this will come off as kind of shallow, but I'm trying to embody people who you might have this question. Kasi parang, di ba, kung actor ka, you're on camera, di ba, they see you all the time. But why is it important to have this kind of representation? And this is work that happens behind the camera, right? This is work this is hard work that people won't necessarily see all the time. So why is it what is the lay of the land anyway right now?
I mean, but one essential part that we should have a representation with the pandemic happening, a lot of the working conditions have changed, especially with the protocol. So I think when it was created or when it was organized last May, I think that was one of the more important participation of having a representation or an organization representing the actors, because for one, we are the ones directly affected. So yung kasama ng IGA, I think sila AGOT can discuss it further. Wala and Dong, wala talagang solid representation ng actors. Kung tutuusin, 'di ba, in a production, the actors would be the first ones to really remove their mask and to be really at risk. So habang ginagawa yung protocols, when they were creating and drafting it, walang solid representation, and so it needed that. The IGA, the Inter Guild Alliance, had representatives from the directors, from the screenwriters, from the editors. I mean, name it. Pero walang actors. So I think it is also timely. So that's just one of the few important reason why an actor should be really represented. Plus now, nung sinimulan din yung Eddie Garcia bill, wala ring solid na representation na organization ng actors, but pero kami yon, the performers. So yun yung mga, just one of the few things why there should be a solid representation.
Call it
Our
divine
president,
timing.
yeah. Our president Agot
Agot?
can also add to
Agot,
that.
Agot, ikaw naman.
Please.
Yeah. And then, sorry, I came in late. Also, the notion that, actors are just pretty faces or, playing roles on TV or in any project. Diba? That should not be the case. I think we are malaking ambag namin sa cultural and economic landscape. So I think our voice is important. It should be heard. It should be put out there. We have a certain influence over the society on how we are being represented, and we want us to be just, hindi lang kami palamuti, hindi lang
We're
kami.
not pawns.
Yeah, oo, yun. We are actually, meron kaming, we are, kumbaga, important persons in the society. We are movers, we are
Contributors.
contributors, we are actors in the sense that we are active in the society.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Bea?
Yes.
Yun, may gusto lang din ako itagdag. Siguro yung question mo was really more in the line of policy making.
Yes.
And that indeed was the line of questioning. Sa tingin ko naman, lahat naman ng boses sa lipunan ito ay importante, kahit isang boses man yan. Pero pag maraming boses ang nagsasanib puwersa, in our case, ito yung sa Aktor, ibig sabihin, meron talagang gustong diinan at meron gustong sabihin. And more than representation, it's really more about the fact that we have to govern ourselves. No? We have to find ways on how to help each other. And to be specific, nabanggit na naman ni Pai kung ano ang isang napakahalagang issue that was there since the start na kinailangan ng aming partisipasyon. And when I say participation, hindi naman ibig sabihin kung anong sabihin namin yun ang tama, yun ang susundin. Pero the fact na pinakinggan ang aming perspektiba ay malaking bagay yun because there are things that we see that maybe others do not. And dahil dyan, binibigyan namin ng halaga talaga na kami sinasama sa ganitong usapin. Dahil nabanggit ko nga kanina, we are partners in nation building, and the first step to accomplish that is through participation, regardless kung anong sektor, kung anong industriya, dahil bawat boses ay mahalaga.
Great.
I have something to add, Bea.
Go ahead.
Okay. We have a lot of our projects all our projects are geared towards our members, towards actors. Ngayon, tulad halimbawa ng proyekto namin na gusto namin gumawa ng database ng lahat ng mga artista. Sino pang gagawa nun para sa amin? Mag-iintay pa ba kami ng ibang institusyon na gumawa nun para sa amin? Di ba mas maganda na ang gumawa nun? Kami na mismo. Di ba? Itong nangyaring pandemya na ito, nakapag-isip kami na napakarami at of a very long list, an extensive list of projects that will help our small community of actors. Diba? So maganda na kami nang gumawa.
Our growing community.
So I think for your question, Bea,
Yeah.
my direct answer would be we wanted to be taken more seriously. Of course, we are taken more seriously, and if you have to realize, individual actors are studying on their own, they're trying to understand a lot of things, pero hindi malaman yan eh. Pero if we are a group, and then maybe that's the reason why we also want to launch this. Ano bang kailangan namin sa mga nakikinig sa amin? Gusto lang namin makita ng lahat na we're getting our act together. That we are doing all these enrichment courses, we're trying to understand everything within ourselves and beyond ourselves, para kapag nagsalita kami, mas alam ng mga tao na ay may samahan sila na talagang inasikaso nila ang mga dapat maunawaan tungkol sa sarili nila, tungkol sa buhay. Then probably they really are worth listening to. Okay? Ginagawa yan ng individual actors, pero pamaya kung collectively mas ginawa mo yan, then may isang general attitude na towards actor na kailangan mo rin sa igalang, pakinggan, hindi lang sa entertainment industry, kundi sa iba pang mga usapin na mahalaga sa pagkatao. Yun siguro yung gusto namin. We want them to take us more seriously. That's why we're trying to also make them aware that we are getting our act together to be of greater service to the industry, to the country, at saka sa global community.
Right. I mean, obviously, diba, there's so much power in collective movement and collective action. I suppose that would be the thing. And so, okay, so people who are wondering, like, okay, you've mentioned here and there, but what is it exactly that Aktor does? Like, ano yung mga services that we're already providing and that we want to provide in the that are in the pipeline for later on?
Well, for one, since we have the group already, we have a safe home for everybody. I mean, it has been mentioned in the previous interviews that, this is para sanctuary for actors. We have a safe place wherein we can really talk, exchange ideas, help one another, empower each other, inspire, yung ganyan. That's one. And then during the pandemic, a lot of because the actor does not only include actors from television and the movie industry, but from all the other platforms as well, especially in theater. So I think one of the more affected people during the pandemic is yung mga yung live events natin, which is the theater actors. And so one of the very first projects that Aktor launched was the tindahan, to augment the yung financial crisis or yung financial problems ng ibang actor na because there's no work. And then si President AGOT can mention a lot more because we have the school, to hone the craft, to hone the skill. Yun nga yung database, the health insurances. President AGOT, you can add.
Ang ganda ng seg.
No, siguro the early projects were kasi since ECQ talagang we really couldn't go out, diba? So we held town halls na meron kaming performance rights na town hall for the actors that meron pala kayo, there is a performance, you are entitled to a performance right, to remuneration. Meron kaming town hall about that. We also have town hall during the martial law time, the commemoration of the martial law. Meron kami with Vilma Santos and all that in partnership with Dakila. And then we also had for the members strictly yung mental health because we felt that it was very important for us actors that we nagkukumustahan kami, so we had a resident, so now we have a resident psychiatrist in our employed by us na just to look after the mental health of the members. So that's the webinars. And then we also in the pipeline meron kaming awards, the Aktor Awards. For now, wala pa because nga of the pandemic, wala talagang lumabas na movies or any platform that we can base the awards on. So we are giving it to actors who are very active during the pandemic and also all the crisis. So paparangalan namin yung mga actor na yon. And by January, the Ulysses, yon. By January, meron kaming master class. Yun is the start of the actor school because we felt na parang, okay, there are certain schools of acting, but then there is a unique Filipino way of, acting. May certain nuance talaga na very uniquely Filipino. And during the Ulysses, we got together everyone to may it be money or the goods or even manpower, pull in, and we were able to raise $1 million worth of goods and cash that we were able to bring out to Cagayan, to Isabela, to Rizal, to Marikina, and to Bicol. So yun pa lang, and then the actor tindahan, actually, and then the help desk for all the actor members. So if they have questions on accounting, yung mga ganyan tax. Ano yan eh, we found out during sa research namin that less than 50% of actors don't have PhilHealth. I mean, can you imagine that? So parang kailangan na may help desk on health benefits, help desk on tax, legal, accounting, and all that. So that's all being laid upon for rollout next year.
May I add?
Whoever wants to go first?
Dong committee yata.
Just also in the pipeline, which is part of one of our vision, nabanggit na ang health benefits, but down the road, I don't know how many years from now, we would like to have perhaps like a retirement village of sorts for those who weren't probably not able to save up for a home. For some reason, were left alone. And really still need to feel that sense of purpose and still create. Perhaps it can become a social enterprise one day. That's something that we really envision. So there. Just to add on.
Yeah.
Kaya
Go
ko pa
ahead.
ba? Para
Yeah.
idagdag sa lahat ng mga sinabi
Dami
natin.
pa.
Okay lang.
6 p.m. na, guys.
Oo nga. Hindi, gusto ko lang dagdagan yung sinabi nila. Although, nasabi nila talaga karamihan at halos lahat na siguro ng mga pinapangarap namin. And nung nabanggit ko nung umpisa na sabay-sabay kaming nangangarap, ito yung mga yon. And gusto ko lang talagang pasalamatan yung aming members, yung mga active members, this board, our management committee, because they are working so hard para makamit itong mga dreams na to. Syempre, kumbaga, kung mangangarap ka lang ka din lang, todo mo na, di ba? But in summary, I'd like to siguro compress and siguro cluster all the programs and projects into 3 themes. No? So we want to be transformative, we want to be inclusive, and we want to be participative. So by being transformative, dyan papasok yung edukasyon, dyan papasok yung enrichment of skills, yung retirement plan na sinabi ni Isa. We also have a continuity plan. That's why we have Aktor Youth. Nandyan din yung health. And by inclusive, we mean we want to level the playing field for all actors, and that's the reason behind the database for working actors, stage man yan, TV, or yung talent. Kaya may awards, kaya may help desk dahil dyan sa inclusivity factor na yan. And lastly, we want to be participative. Kaya nandyan yung community building, nabanggit ni President Agot, yung town halls, pati inuman kasama dyan. And of course, nag-usapan naman siyempre societal issues that affect the core of actors. Nandyan yung policy na pinag-usapan natin kanina. Hindi rin matatagal yung disaster response na talagang kung saan namukod tangi ang Aktor Youth dahil talaga they stood up and they led this one together with AGOT and so many others. Ang dami nagvo-volunteers within the organization, and nakakatuwa nga dahil more than them, all 135 members asking na what can the organization do for us? Pero ang parati nating namin nakikita sa chat group namin ay how can I contribute? How can I help? What can I do? What else can I do? Saan ba ako pwedeng sumaling committee? And yun yung nakaka-inspire at nakaka-motivate na drive na araw-araw namin nakikita sa members namin. Kaya talaga kahit gaano kahirap ang mga pangarap na ito, talagang gagawin namin because we have this drive and this motivation.
Right. It seems to me na all these things, like, these are things that people have long wanted to participate and move towards. Parang naghihintayan lang siguro yung mga tao na may mag-initiate na parang, okay, so this is where I can pour my energies into. I just wanted to zoom in a little bit on the benefits for members, kasi again, I feel like a lot of people assume na when you say actor, artista, parang they just see, oh my God, parang glamorous, ganyan.
Glamour. No.
Makeup, whatever. But like,
Yamanin.
What's glaring to me here is like legal services. Like, why was there a need to provide this to our members?
Many things, many things. Some people don't have not did not really get a chance to study, let's say, their working contracts, or
Yeah.
maybe their rights, as just simple rights as human rights nila. Uh, there are many things that can happen in the workspace, just the same as any other workspace out there. Our workspace isn't different. So, lahat yan, lahat tayo dapat nakaintindihan natin ng mga rules, at hindi, yun na nga, we would like to provide it just in case lang meron yung mga small agam-agam na, teka, pwede pa itong ginawa nilang eksena na sandali lang, hindi naman, halimbawa, hindi siya komportable, ganun, little things. And these are the small information that would really help our community. Tungkol naman dun sa tax, marami rin hindi
Yes.
nakakaintindi kung paano mag-file ng tamang tax. Maraming hindi nakakaalam na meron pa silang mga refund. Di ba yung mga bagay na ganyan? Maraming hindi nakakaalam ng mga deductibles. If there is somebody out there who can help us, hindi tayo malalagay sa peligro when it comes to the BIR, which is nagiging problema sa maraming nating artista. I mean, okay, let's put a name into it. Like you see Juday before, she had a problem with the BIR. Diba? Na hindi niya alam na, bakit ganun? Nagkakala ko nagbabayad ako ng bumis ko. Now, marami sa aming mga kasinat ang hindi rin nagbabayad pala ng bumis ng tama. Diba? Napapasobra or napapakulang.
Yeah.
If I could add,
Jasmine,
sorry.
it's also good for us, like we mentioned, there's an actor youth, and yun nga, karamihan hindi alam kung paano, maybe they're still too young to understand how the mechanics work for taxation or for even reading a contract, kasi some people don't have, I guess, the same mentorship that some of us may get from our managers or parents, and the guidance that we can get. Some kasi actors are very independent. They only represent themselves. So pagka wala silang manager, who can they run to ask for advice or even a second opinion in terms of what they're getting themselves into pagdating sa, pagpasok sa set, kung tama bang magtanong ng ganitong questions, or yung pagdating sa pagbabayad ng tax, if there's a seminar that Aktor can provide to especially the youth members, those who are still starting out or still trying to figure out the operations of things in the industry, then it's a great way and it's a great environment to learn, kasi transformative siya. It doesn't stop with just learning how to act or refining our acting skills, but also everything that is encompassing in our work, from signing a contract to all the protocols that come along with it. So
kasi industriya pa rin naman siya eh. It's still part of the industry, di ba? Negosyo pa rin siya, may exchange of money. Hindi lahat hindi lang basta arte ka lang basta porke magaling ka umarte, that's it. It's a negosyo. Dapat alam mo kung paano mo asikusuin ang negosyo mo.
And
And if I may add, I also want to, going back to the legal, ako nga, I mean, with all the seminars and webinars, what's at the town halls that we had, yung going back to yung Bea, yung legal, yung sa StockMed, because almost all the actors have their own social media accounts. Tapos the red tagging and all. So how, for me, I've been in the industry for so long, kung paano rin protektahan ng sarili namin, with the way we post things, with the words we use, and yung ganyan, especially with, yung anti-terror bill is out already, yung ganon. So, it really helps us a lot to have that safe place wherein we can really exchange ideas and learn from each other. At lalo na kami natututo sa mga bata, yung parang ganon. And we have, may legal assistance kami kasi baka mamaya, di ba? Marentag ka o maganyan. Yun. So, that's it.
Hindi ako magsasabi ng anything new, but ang basic principle siguro, Bea, that we can, so we can fully understand it. Ang pinaka-client kasi namin ay yung mga members, yung mga actors mismo. And what we're trying to do is really to help them holistically. So meron sa craft, meron sa legal, meron sa accounting, holistically. And I must tell you, hindi pa tapos ha, nag-iisip pa rin kami ngayon para trying to pay attention to every aspect of the member. So pag may maisip pa kami, so hindi lang yan pwede, siguro psychological, even spiritual. I don't mean religion ha. Basta everything that he needs, gusto namin maisip, no? Kung paano pwedeng tulungan. We understand and respect the actor as a very important resource in the country, and so he deserves all this assistance kung kaya rin lang ibigay. So ito kami na rin nagtutulungan. Sila ang client namin, sila rin ang aming main manpower. So parang ganoon ang itsura namin ngayon. So we all have these, but there are more to come, and we're still thinking, and we have to generate all these ideas to help everyone holistically. Hindi lang mga aspeto na alam na namin ngayon. Baka may iba pa.
And also what you see here, yung mga tao nakikita nyo ngayon, meron kaming representation. We have managers, we have all that, but siguro a big percentage also of the members of Aktor are not represented well, or don't have managers, or don't know how to go about certain things like that. So ang sa akin, knowledge is power. Sa amin, knowledge is power. So if you can impart those knowledge to them, and then magiging empowered sila. They know what to do. They will be more confident. They'll have more work. And, tama nga si Ron, it's a holistic kind of thing, an approach to being an actor, not just knowing how to act, but everything else. Ano siya? An empowered citizen of the society, in a way.
Right. I mean, on top of the existing vulnerabilities, diba? I think one thing that the pandemic exposed was the vulnerability of freelancers. And a lot of freelancers are creatives, right? We're talking about different industries here, from graphic designers, singers, actors, obviously. Which is my lead into my question. A lot of people still think of art as superficial, not superficial, sorry, maybe as decoration, as a non-essential. I would beg to differ, obviously, and because diba, parang art has carried me personally through difficult times during the pandemic. But is that mindset changing on a greater scheme of things, or is it just limited to a small portion of the population at this point? What do you think?
It should change.
Yeah, that's why we're having this discussion.
That's right.
The fact that Netflix got all of us through this pandemic, di ba? Parang essential yun sa ating mental health. Di ba? So hopefully that mindset will change, that we are an essential, and art really, culture in a way, di ba, reflects society, what goes on society and all that. So we really should, there was a discussion on Mancom yesterday na parang wala tayong Department of Culture, di ba? Dapat, instead of Department of Water, pwede ba magka-Department of Culture muna? Because, I mean, di ba, kailangan natin ng men, it's really for uplifting. Art can be doing so much for the society. And it's being overlooked, and I think that's not right. That's just me.
I think...
No, of course we agree.
Yeah. Pero sa palagay ko, ang hope namin dito, kasi halos hindi yan pinapansin ng mga mas nakatatanda. Hindi naman lahat, no? Pero itong paradigm na ito that the artists are essential, they are needed, especially in this time na kailangan mo itaas ang spirit mo. Mataas ang hope namin sa youth din. Our youth are so aware and so woke, and they know all the importance of all these mental or health and lahat yan mga yan. So mas meron tayong isang generation na mas kinikilala yung gano'n. So hopefully more and more the significance of artists, especially in a time that is so challenging such as the pandemic, or baka iba pa in the future, should be recognized, the importance and significance of artists. So yun ang pag-asa namin. Baka naman mabago yun. Ngayon, we're just doing it kahit di pa naiiniwala yung mga kinaukulan. We're just trying to provide what we can provide. Nagpo-post kami ng kaligayahan. Nagpo-post kami ng katuturan. Baka lang merong matulungan kung ano man. But bottom line, sana this could be an embraced importance, embraced perception of the arts, it's very important and essential.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, maybe we should qualify what essential contribution is. Is it the amount economically that we contribute para sa GDP? Is that what people are saying? But ibig ba sabihin yan yung mga ibang sektor na hindi nakaka-contribute economically, ano rin sila, non-essential? Ako, I don't see it that way. Ang mahalaga para sa akin, more than looking into what other people see, is how we see ourselves. Because if we empower ourselves from within, and if we believe that we are essential, we are important for each other, and then it will radiate outward, diba? Parang saka makikita ng tao na, okay, so yes, they want to say something. Aside from the fact that we are the nation storytellers, if they think because of that that we are essential, then thank you. But if not, we will still believe that we have something to say, and that is what matters for now.
Chair. That was beautiful,
Go ahead.
Chair. I don't know. Nung sinasabi mo yun kasi yung naisip ko lang din, during this pandemic, I think we were made to question what is essential to us as human beings. And I think we will all agree when we say that happiness is essential to all of us. And if we are able to provide joy, happiness, and entertainment through what we do, then we, I think, are very essential to society. Yun lang. I just wanted to add that.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I think, I mean, I don't even want to say it was an escape, but I think art was a means for people to reconnect with their humanity in such a dehumanizing condition. Alam mo yun, hindi ka makalabas ng bahay, you can't interact with your friends or family the same way as before. Like it was a very tangible way to remember na parang, okay, this is humanity, this is what humanity means. I don't know. It sounds very floozy right now, but you know, but I think
Bea,
No.
I would go as far as
But we get you, and we agree.
I would go as far as saying that actors are the most important resource. Ako lang yun, pero I panindigan yun. I believe that. Hindi lang ba, not only actors, pati yung mga those who are doing, who have other occupation, that they employ the actor skills. I think they're the most important resource. They know public speaking, they know communication, they are very perceptive, they try to understand text, they try to understand experience. If all these skills can just be made more standardized sa lahat ng mga tao, then napakagandang population ng tao ang Pilipinas kung magiging ganun tayo lahat. Kahit hindi lahat aktor, but having an appreciation of what the actors can actually do, talagang pwede tayong maging pinaka-makas doon kung yun ang kikilalanin natin. So I go as far as that. The actors is the most important resource, human resource dito sa bayan. Hindi dahil kailangan mag-aktoran lahat, pero sana lahat mayroong bahagi ng sarili nila na aktor para bumuti naman tayo mas bumuti pa tayo bilang bansa at bilang mga individual.
Okay.
Last na lang.
Go ahead.
Last na lang. Na-inspire lang din ako sa sinabi ni Sir Ron. Like parang to put it literally and figuratively, parang all of us have roles to play in the society naman, di ba? Parang literally, if you are a caregiver, be the best caregiver that you can be. If you are a delivery service rider, be the best delivery service rider that you can be. If you're an actor, be the best storyteller that you can be. And if all of us can do our jobs properly, then I think, yes, we will become essential. Because if you lose one, you're gonna break it.
Essential naman talaga tayo. Essential tayo, no? Right brain tayo eh. Tayo yung nasa right brain. Diba? Creative, ano ba? Hindi naman, diba? Hindi naman pwedeng puro left brain. May right brain. I don't think naman na we are thought of as non-essential. It's just that nasa sa tabi lang kasi marami tayong issues sa bansa natin, lalo na sa bansa natin na marami kailangan i-tackle. But we are always there. tayo, pag nasa traffic ka sa EDSA, saan ka nakatingin? Maliban siyempre sa daan. Sa billboard, nakatingin ka kay Dingdong, andyan na yung billboard, nasa tapat ng billboard ng anak niyo. Ang cute, di ba? Nakaka-smile.
Okay, going
Oh,
back
diba?
to what you said, that 2020 obviously has been a very difficult year for a lot of people, but it's also a very crucial year, especially in the Philippines, right?
Yes.
Of course, we are going through a pandemic, but also cognizant na 2022, it's a national election. 2021 is practically an election year already as Philippine cycles go. What kind of policies do we need from both re-electionists and newbie politicians when we talk about protecting actors, protecting the creative industry in the Philippines?
One important contribution maybe that we can do is to influence. I mean, it has also been mentioned before, to influence everybody to register and to remind everybody the power to, that we have the power to vote, and yung decision of different, and the policy is what we really would be. That's what we are priority, because more it encompasses all the, yung welfare conditions ng native individuals in the industry, parang ganyan, or everybody in the industry. Yun for me.
I think more than the registration, I think kailangan importante rin voters education. We need to also educate the voters
Yes.
of like, 'di ba? Sino ang mga kailangan,
Sikat.
hindi porket famous. Ayan. Kailangan meron ding alam sa mga nangyayari. Yun, as yung sa actors naman, we really want someone who will back us up dun sa Eddie Garcia bill. Now it's in the Senate, so sana all the senators will look into that. And yun, sa akin, essential yung pagiging importante ng artista kasi gagamitin kami. And normally, yan naman ang gawain naman ng lahat, especially during election time. Ginagamit ang artista to bring in the crowd. So I think it's very crucial for all the actors to be at least discriminating or discerning kung saang prinsipyo sila tutumpong with regards to the election time.
Oh my
Sa
God.
tingin ko, ang hinahanap namin,
Very crucial yan.
Yes, Agot, yes.
ang hinahanap namin sa election, hindi naman very special, kundi, mabilis lang. Hindi lang ba very special, kundi yung very basic din lang hinahanap namin. Very basic, wala namang special treatment. No? Basic freedom of expression, sana yung naingatan, freedom of speech, human rights, inclusivity, employment. Kung yan ang mga iba bandera ng kandidato, then yun sana pangarap din namin. Kasi yun na talaga paraan para mag-thrive din kami ng mas mabuti kami mga umaarte. Yung mga basic rights na yun, wag mo pigilan. Yeah.
Kung mabilis lang, siguro before Jasmine speaks, because she's very important in this conversation. Ako mabilis lang na siguro kung pwede nilang suportahan ang industriya namin. Ganun lang kasimple. In whatever shape or form. Kasi we really need support from the government. Okay, Jas. Kasi youth, nasa kanila ang pag-asa.
Kinabukasan.
I was just really going to agree with everything that's been previously said. And I mean, just to clarify, our organization, we're non-partisan, so we all have our own respective individual people that we believe in. And what's good about it is that in our group, when we come to discuss these things, we're very respecting of each other's paniniwala or whoever we want to back up. But yun nga, when it comes to the discussion, it has to be someone that is open to hearing our concerns, industry-related process and needs. And that's something that's actually happening right now. And we're included in discussions right now. So I think if it can be, a group of people who we all believe in, and also at the same time that believes in us, in our industry, I think that's the pinaka-important value that we look at in terms of being actors. But of course, iba na rin yung individually as a private citizens. We don't discuss that so intimately because kanya-kanya na rin yun. And I think the most we can do, lalo na coming in the youth sector, what we want to do and what we're hoping to hopefully mount next year is to start educating people on what are the importance of these people in these seats. What are the importance of our voices, of registering, of voting? It's not campaigning for any one person or any one party. It's nothing like that. We're really looking to just make sure that we use our platform to spread the knowledge of what is the importance of voting and what is it that we need to do if we want who we want as individuals or as a community to get them to the seat that we want them to be at, diba? Kung important sa atin yun, lalo na kailangan malaman natin kung bakit, papaano. So that's just one of the things kami sa youth we're discussing right now and brainstorming and how we can better educate not just ourselves in the organization, but our peers in the industry. And also our supporters, if anything, baka sila din, they're not aware, diba? So, ano yun just making use of the resource that we have right now.
Well said, Jazz.
Yan. Ang kinabukasan ng bayan.
Pero diba,
Yeah.
kasi individually and collectively, like, your influence is like, diba, like, it is a huge untapped, or it's a, ang laki ng potential niya in moving people, like you mentioned kanina, to simply registering to vote and maybe nudging people to information that they could use when they do eventually choose who to vote.
That's why it's important to arm people with knowledge. Kailangan talaga ina-educate, kailangan binibigay talaga yung facts. I mean, 'di ba? And yung sila mismo ang it will dawn on them what their decisions are, what their choices are. Pero you have to arm them with the facts, the knowledge, information. Yun, that's what's important, really.
Tama ka, Bea. This is a very potent group, no? I'd like to use the cliche, but very true na with great power comes great responsibility.
Right.
This group of people have great power and also great responsibility. So what we're also trying to do in Aktor is to make sure that they maximize their full potential para yung power talaga magamit. But at the same time, harness also their sense of responsibility. Baka mamaya maging pabaya naman. So yung medyo no? So we can actually cultivate that among the actors, then yung power magagamit talaga at yung responsibility makinabang talaga mas maraming tao. So yes, we understand the power, but there are still some more steps to make kasi we have to cultivate that more para ma-maximize at para rin ma-heighten yung ating sense of responsibility. Kasi baka wala pang ganun yung iba.
You know, honestly, like, I could discuss with you guys like for hours and hours on end. Just take maybe we'll try to schedule other interviews later on for like the specific policies that we're pushing. But I won't. Alam ko pagod na tayo buong araw na kayo nag-interview. So perhaps to kind of wrap things up. You know, people always say, especially now, support local artists, support creatives, but like a lot of times it's very lip service, right? For some people, or they don't know how to follow through with those slogans. So for Aktor, what does it mean to support the Filipino actor?
For
Wow,
one, we have
what does it mean for the
I
Filipino
think
actor?
Simone, our
To support the Filipino
actors. Siguro, our parang sa akin Hindi. Na-pressure naman ako bigla. Ang pinaka-testimony siguro, namin, is Jasmine or the youth sector of our organization. Kasi, us, I mean, the people that you're seeing here and the people, behind us, behind the seven of us are a lot more people, yung workforce. We have other artists like sila Angelica, Angel, Roxane, and a lot more, Marlon, and directors. Pero ang pinaka-testimony siguro namin is, we have specially put a special sector, yung youth sector, because kami mga seasoned, that's what we want. Yun talaga yung ginamit ko. Kami mga seasoned, we would want to, pass it on to the younger generation. Tapos sila na yung continuity, yung sustainability ng organization, so that all the dreams, all the goals that we have laid on or laid out, I mean, eventually, 2, 3, 5 years, 10 years from now, ng continuity and talagang matupad siya. So I think yun yung pinaka testimony talaga na ano.
For me, I
Yeah.
think I think more than the actors, it's the film industry, di ba? Parang, parang hindi pa na ma-maximize yung potential natin. I guess if we have the support of the public, of the private, of the government, and really bring in resources for us to use. Kasi in our actors, dun sa chat room namin, may palaging nananalo ng international awards and all that. And then, di ba, hindi siya nare-recognize, hindi siya nafa-fund ng maayos, hindi siya nababayaran ng maayos. But imagine if we have all these resources, all these benefits for the actors, I mean, how much more we can do. Not just actors, even the film industry. I'm thinking, that's why we really need to support Aktor, guys, kasi wala po kaming funds. So, naghahanap kami ng funds. So, please, if you can support Aktor and also the industry, the film industry, which is medyo, in a bad place right now. It's just picking up, but please support because we really need it to thrive.
Ako naman, baby.
Ay,
Kasi isa mo na.
okay.
Miss Isa.
Thank you. Naisip ko lang, sa akin siguro, mahalaga na to support actors, support the industry. Because films or what we do, the industry, it's a way for the world to see who the Filipinos are. It's a way for them to see our hearts and to I guess become fascinated with our culture and drive our economy to grow. Kaya ng sinabi ni President Agot. I mean, just look at the way that the Koreans have done it. I think they have done it brilliantly. And sa akin, siguro that's where I really hope we could be a few years from now. Sana a few lang. That the world can see the Filipinos and really respect us and value us in the global platform, not just as actors, but really Filipinos, the culture, and in the hearts of the people.
Ako na kasi very similar to Isa what I wanted to say. Please support us by recognizing the actors as key players in nation building, both because of their talent, mga films at lahat ng industry, and also because of their person, their being a citizen. Ang dami rin nilang pinagdaanan, inaral, pinakinggan, pinanood, na napakayaman din ng bit-bit niya para sa na may aambag sa lipunan. So, yeah, please just recognize that we are also key players in nation building. Okay? We are collaborators and partners in nation building. Yun lang.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, telephone,
Yeah.
party
Sorry,
line.
not listening ako. Sabi mo how can we support local as
Yes.
actor? How we can. Okay, sige. So I understood it correctly. I do not want to support I do not want to just support. I think I want to go beyond that. Kasi sa tingin ko, sa panahon ngayon, especially for us, no, yung sa peers namin, it shouldn't be just a one-time engagement or a one-time thing. Kagaya ng halimbawa kapag you feel good about donating or you feel good about doing good for someone, and then after that, alis ka because you've already felt good. I think the greater challenge is how can we sustain this support, diba? And how to carry it over na hindi na siya maging isang one-time thing kung hindi makita mo how it will progress, how the person will progress. Ika nga, we want to be part of how to create that support, how to maintain that support, and how to advance the person or the institution moving forward kapag nabuo na siya. So it's a matter of sustainability and how we make it a way of life, di ba? Parang especially for us kasi ang meron kaming yan ay ang isa't isa. Sabi nga nung isang leadership author na si Chris Lau, na paborito ko parating pinabalik-balikan ay it should be a commitment to a way of life in pursuit of goals and dreams that are greater than oneself. So para sa akin yun yung suporta.
Does anybody else want to say anything more?
Diyan na po nagtatapos ang ating program.
Okay, we have honestly barely scratched the surface at this point. There are so many things that needs to be talked about. But if they want to learn more about Aktor and the work that you guys do, what are the resources they can visit or the accounts that they can follow to get updates?
Ayan, si Coms Isa. Coms Isa sa
We have a
Instagram na.
Facebook. Hello, yes. We have a Facebook page, Aktor, League of Filipino Actors. We are also on Twitter and Instagram, Aktor PH. And
Aktor Tindahan.
our email address.
Instagram.
Yes, Instagram and Twitter. Parang Aktor PH. And Jasmine, tumingi ng tulong. Email address.
actorph@gmail.com. So you guys feel free to email any questions there, or if meron pang any opportunities like this to speak about our group or to share any knowledge, then they can email us over there.
Okay, we'll also be including some details in the story.
Sorry, I was gonna say, and we certainly hope that somebody will reach out to us and say that they are willing to support us financially.
Yun!
Give us your
Yan!
Yun ang country's
Amen.
manifestation.
We don't want the public to think that we're begging for money. Ha? We're just
But we are begging for money.
No, yeah.
we're just begging for money.
But we are a fairly new organization, of course, as you may know already by now. But that's why maybe more information is going to be posted in the coming months, especially when we've got after Christmas season, marami pa kaming mga information na ilalagay sa aming mga iba't ibang social media accounts. But we are here, we are listening, and please, we are not begging. We are merely asking for support.
Ako nasa beg ako eh. Nasa beg ako.
Thank you.
Hindi, because we have what we really want to provide for. I mean, siguro yung nakikita mo dito, meron yan may ipon yan or something. But, we want to provide the best for the least, di ba? A lot of us aren't working, a lot of us are out of jobs, and yun naman ang namin. We are begging for them.
Yeah. Hindi kasi sustainable.
Right.
Di ba, hindi din naman kasi magiging sustainable kung laging galing lamang sa bulsa namin. And that's one thing that we want to be. We want to have an organization that is sustainable. So that's why fundraising is a crucial part of it. And not begging, asking kindly.
I mean, because these are very grand dreams and grand ideas. Of course, these things just won't happen. Hindi lang yan galing sa hangin na mangyari. But thank you guys for...
Baka may mga
Not begging.
Yeah, baka may mga philanthropists na tutulong you know.
Pwede
Very
kang
much so.
dinner,
Very much so.
dinner, chika-chika, cocktail, o kakanta ng isa, si Lisa,
More than
gano'n.
begging, we're also trying to infect them, with inspiration, baka ma-inspire sila.
Yes.
At maging
Yes.
samahan
Baka
kami.
yun yung purpose nila.
Nakantahan sila ni Agot.
Yeah. Bumibeg si Agot.
Gusto ko rin silang
Naku.
kantahan. Pero baka
Pwede ba kami ni Iza? Kami
aartihan
na
sila
ni
ni
Iza.
MYLENE.
Medyo expertise namin ni Iza yung duet.
Oh my God.
Kaya pa
Thank
ba
you so
natin?
much, guys, for your time. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you so
for
much
starting
for
this.
yeah, thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Bea,
you,
for having
Bea.
me.
Thank you, Bea.
Rappler.
Thank you,
This is
Rappler.
it's a very interesting initiative. We're looking forward to 2021 with Aktor.
Hope we can
And
count
yeah.
on your support, Bea.
Thank you, Rappler.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, StreamYard is
Thank you.
open and ready for you guys. So thank you so much for joining us today. I
Thank
know you
you.
guys are
Thank you.
Thank
doing
you.
this
Noki, thank you.
and other commitments. Thank you for watching and joining us in this discussion. Support Filipino creative, support the Filipino actor. This has been Bea Cupin, and you've been watching Rappler. Bye.